Most shipwreck survivors don't die screaming. They die days later, quietly, from thirst, explosions, cold water, sharks circling immediately. That's not how most of these stories end. In the majority of documented shipwreck cases, the danger doesn't arrive violently. It arrives quietly, hours after the ship is already gone. The ocean doesn't rush survivors. It waits. When a ship sinks, the first battle is escape. If someone survives the impact, climbs onto debris, a life raft, or an overturned hull, they believe the worst is over. But that's when the real clock starts. Because survival at sea is not measured in miles or rescue routes, it's measured in water, or the lack of it. Within the first few hours, survivors are usually soaked in salt water. Salt dries the skin. The sun reflects off the surface and intensifies dehydration. Even without exertion, the human body begins losing moisture faster than people realize. And there is no fresh water anywhere. Surrounded by water, dying of thirst. Many survivors make their first fatal mistake early. They drink seawater, not because they don't know better, but because thirst changes decision-making long before it shuts the body down. Salt water increases dehydration. It forces the kidneys to work harder. It pulls more water out of the body than it provides. Within hours, drinking seawater accelerates organ failure. The thirst doesn't go away. It gets worse. By the end of the first day, the body begins rationing itself. Saliva thickens, lips crack, the tongue swells, speech becomes slower. This is where survivors stop thinking in long-term plans and start focusing on minutes. Shade becomes everything. Movement becomes dangerous. Every unnecessary motion costs moisture the body cannot replace. Night brings relief from the sun, but introduces cold. Wet skin loses heat quickly. Muscles tighten. Shivering begins, and shivering burns energy. Energy requires water. The body is now losing from both sides. By day 2, the mind becomes unreliable. Survivors report hallucinations, rain that isn't there, boats that vanish when focused on, voices that don't exist. Some survivors unclip life vests or let go of debris not because they give up, but because their perception is compromised. They don't feel like they're making a final decision. They feel like they're correcting a mistake. This is why sharks are rarely the cause of death. Sharks are curious, not relentless hunters of survivors. They investigate slowly. They circle. They leave. The ocean does not need predators to finish the job. Dehydration is quieter, more patient, more reliable. By day 3, if no fresh water has been consumed, survival becomes statistically rare. Blood thickens, heart rate rises. The body cannot regulate temperature. Kidney failure begins. At this stage, even rescue can come too late. Several documented survivors were found alive, but did not survive after recovery because organ damage had already passed the point of reversal. What makes this cruel is how calm the ocean often is. Many survivors describe glassy water, gentle swells, clear skies. Nothing looks urgent. Nothing feels like an emergency. And that calm convinces people they have more time than they do. The ocean doesn't attack. It doesn't need to. It removes options slowly. No shade, no water, no way to cool the body. Every hour stretches longer than the last. Every decision becomes heavier. This is why shipwreck survival manuals emphasize one rule above all others. Protect water before anything else. Before food, before navigation, before signaling. Because hunger takes weeks. Thirst takes days. Sometimes less. Most people don't die screaming at sea. They grow quiet, they stop talking, they stop moving, and the ocean stays exactly the same. If you want to understand why so many rescues arrive too late, why survivors sometimes let go when help is close, and why the most dangerous part of the ocean is what it quietly takes away, this is the truth behind most shipwreck endings. Not sharks, not storms, but thirst.